So BMT is divided into weeks of training. So it starts off with 0 week. 0 week is when, looking down at my little list, guys. 0 week is when you first get there, you do all of like your in-processing stuff, you turn in your civilian luggage, give all your stuff, that you brought with you, lock it up, throw away the key, your phone goes in there too, everything you came with, except for you keep your clothes for like 2 days until you get issued like your military clothing and stuff. So you do a whole lot of paperwork, you do a whole lot of processing, you do like a bunch of like immunizations, blood draws, urinalysis, you get like a whole bunch of shots, and it's just like you're on like what are them things when like you're like at a factory and things are just like on the little thingies and they're just like, oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it was like that. We were literally in a line. I kid y'all not, we're in a line and we walk up, stand like right here, someone on this side, they poke you, you keep going. Next person, they poke you, you keep going. Like that's how it was. It was very like, I know the word, I just can't think of it right now, y'all. It's on the tip of my tongue. Now it's really gonna bother me. I'm probably about to pause this and Google it so I can come back and tell y'all what it is. All right, the only thing I can find was mass production, but that's not the word I was looking for. But anyways, y'all, you get the point. Like that's how it was. It was very like, move quick. Like there was no time for games or anything. And it was a whole lot of shots, when we got our blood drawn, literally y'all, it was like, first of all, someone like passed out. A couple people actually. People were just struggling because they really took like so much blood. It was like, I don't want to scare anybody, but it was like 2 full like things, like I don't know, but it was a lot. So we got blood drawn. We had to do like a urinalysis test. We had to pee in a cup, get that tested. Like for women, they're testing for pregnancy because yeah, I have some stories of people who ended up being pregnant at BMT. Some of them didn't know it because I guess they like got pregnant right before they got there and didn't, the hormone wasn't in their urine yet or whatever, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so they test for all of that. They test for drugs. That's what they're doing with all that. So we also got our first clothing issue during 0 week. So with this, we got issued our ABUs. We got 4 pairs of those. So the ABU blouse and the trousers, we got 4 sets of those. We got issued our boots, our socks, our sand tees. We got issued all of our PT gear. I think we had like 4 sets of PT gear, like the shirt and the shorts, socks. We got issued like sneakers to wear for PT. We got issued our PT jacket, our PT pants. We got issued all that stuff. Everything we needed, we got issued. Because once you're there, literally, you're only wearing your ABUs or your PT gear. Like you wear your PT gear to sleep and everything. You don't have any civilian clothing whatsoever while you're in BMT after like that second day. When they lock it all up, that's it. We also, during the first week, had our initial PT test. They did that super early on. It was during 0 week, but I can't remember like what point. I think it was that Saturday is when we did it. Sorry guys, scratch that. Our first initial PT test was actually the first week, not 0 week. It was the first week. And don't be discouraged after your initial PT test, okay? Because trust me, you're gonna get so much better like from where you start off at. So just know that it's probably gonna be the struggle. You're gonna wake up, like also PT is every morning, first thing in the morning. So we wake up at like 5:30, 5:45, and PT is like 5:55. We're out there by 6 doing PT. So yeah, that was how 0 week went. It was 0 week / like first week. Also, it's during 0 week, you're issued you're issued your boots, but you're not actually wearing them because like you have to like earn that, right. So everyone knows you're a 0 weeker if you're wearing your ABUs with sneakers. So hey, everyone's got to do it, right? So around 0 to first week is also when they like assign jobs and stuff. And so the jobs that we have are, you have the dorm chief, who's like the person like right underneath the MTIs, the sergeants that like are in charge of you and are like, you know, pushing your flight through BMT or whatever. So there's a dorm chief, then there are the 4 element leaders. They're like underneath the dorm chief. They work with the dorm chief to kind of just get like the flight squared away and like just, you know, keep everybody in check and keep things like running just, you know, the way they should. So I was an element leader. I wasn't initially at first, but they ended up making me an element leader, which I did not understand at all at first. I was so mad because they were getting on me about every little thing that I was doing. I was always getting in trouble. I was always getting yelled at. I was always like in the office for something. Like I wasn't like bad, but you would have thought I was like a bad like kid or something in school, you know, but hey, they wanted to make me an element leader and that was cool. So yeah, I was an element leader. The other jobs we had were chow runners. You don't want to be a chow runner. You don't want to be a chow runner. And then we have EC monitor and what else? I can't think of all the jobs right now. Anyways, EC though, that is something that you should know about because everyone's gonna have to do it at BMT. It's a huge part of it. So basically, it's like you guard the door into the dorm, and it's all day and overnight. So like you work in like 2-hour shifts, and like when I say it's like overnight, also like you could be working like, you know, 2 to 4. You could be working like midnight to 2, whatever. So it's like on like a rotation, and it's like your shift, like your job, and you basically just guard the door with your, you know, gun or your weapon. We don't say gun, your weapon. I probably missed a couple, but anyways, let's keep it moving. So second week we had, the only 2 major things that happened during the second week besides the basic like, you know, BMT stuff is we had our first clothing inspection. And then we also had our first patio break. So the clothing inspection, it's very, very like specific and tedious. You have to like cut the strings on your uniforms. There can't be any strings. You gotta like, there can't be any lint or dust on your stuff. You have to like lint roll all your stuff. Even like I was lint rolling socks, like socks that are rolled up. Your socks also have to be rolled up. They can't have any strings on them. Everything has to be in your locker in a specific way. Like there's a set like, there's a set way that everything needs to be displayed. And you know, it's very specific, but you'll learn about all of that. That's way too much to go into in a video. But so we had that first inspection. I think I did pretty decent online or whatever. We also had our first patio break. So that was a time when we actually got to go. It wasn't actually like a patio, but that's what it's called. It was just like a little bench, like benches outside with like vending machines and stuff. And that was the first time we were able to buy like actual snacks, like eat snacks other than like BMT food, drink soda, get ice cream, things like that. And it's actually mandatory for them to give you a patio break during the second week because it's called second week, but it's really your third week because remember there's 0 week. So by then people are really like getting like, you know, worn down from like everything going on. So it's kind of like a nice little reset really quick. So that's pretty nice. That is what you'll get during second week. During third week, you get your second clothing issue, and this is where you're issued like your blues. So you're issued your 4 blue shirts, 2 short sleeve, 2 long sleeve, your blues trousers, you get 2 of those, your blue skirt, your service jacket, your lightweight jacket, your trench coat, and your hat. And then also, one of the really, really exciting things about third week is that's when you're finally able to get your name tapes. So this whole time in BMT, we're wearing our ABUs, but we don't have like our names on them. So they wait till third week to give us that privilege because it's like something you earn. Like, you know, like you're just a trainee, like up until then, but then you actually get like, you know, your last name put on you. You get US Air Force put on you. You don't get your stripes and stuff yet, if you have stripes, but you at least get your name tapes, and then it's kind of like a little like, you know, you're a little more official, you know what I mean? Also, when people see you at BMT, they know that you're at least, you know, in your 3rd or 4th week. So you get a little more respect there too. Once again, BMT politics. So yeah, we also got our first real phone call during our 3rd week. It was a 30-minute phone call. I think on my flight, I think we earned like an extra 15 minutes because we were killing the game, honestly. My flight was freaking amazing. But I'm gonna save that. Yeah, so we got our first phone call. We were also able to like check our bank stuff and like take care of like financial things. Anything that you needed to do on your phone, you were able to do that. Some people just like snuck on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, but you know, if you had real shit to take care of, you were able to do that during that phone call. But keep in mind, like, yeah, you get the phone call, but it's like, they're not like nice about it. Like, oh guys, you know, start wrapping it up, you know, time. No, she came in there like yelling like 5 seconds left, get off the phone. It's like that. So like, yeah, you get a nice phone call, but you snap right back into it real quick after that. Like you're still in BMT, you know? So yeah, also third week is when you start kind of like your specific like career briefings and like information on like your specific AFSC and stuff. And then the other thing is we do our third week PT test. So I haven't talked too much about PT, but I was at BMT during like the summer schedule. They have a summer schedule and a winter schedule. And I know it varies, but I don't really know winter schedule. But with summer schedule, we wake up and we do PT in the mornings at like 5:45, 6 a.m. We alternate from like run days and strength days. So one day's a run day, one day's a strength day. And we do PT 6 days a week, so Monday through Saturday, and then we have Sundays off. But every single day, we're doing PT. And I think I'll do a video like on PT specifically, because just so I can go over like what to expect, what you do, how you can like make sure you do well and like pass your PT test, things like that. So stay tuned for that video at another time, guys. Fourth week, guys, that was probably like my favorite week because we had Base Liberty. So Base Liberty was like, basically we were allowed to finally like go like explore like other parts of the base, and like we were able to like go to like the food courts and like the BX and stuff, and like we were able to like eat really good food. I think I had like Domino's and Popeyes, and I had like a shake from like Arby's. Like I went in, y'all. But yeah, so Base Liberty is really nice. I think we had it for like 2 hours. So, you know, that was pretty fun. You get that during fourth week, and I believe that's also mandatory. You can get extra patio breaks, extra Base Liberty, but it's all at the discretion of your MTIs. So if you're like, your flight is like doing really well, like your MTIs can give you like extra privileges, but they do have mandatory ones that are like set into the schedule for BMT that they have to give you. So the fourth week Base Liberty is one of those mandatory things that they have to do. We also had our second clothing inspection. So this inspection included like our blues. And sorry guys, rewind. The second clothing inspection during fourth week was our blues and our other stuff. And then when we did the final one, I think that was just, you know what? I don't freaking remember, y'all. Everything was a blur. You have another clothing inspection during fifth week, okay? Just know that, guys, okay? The clothing inspections are a pretty big deal, so that's why I'm putting them in here so you guys know like when, you know, you can expect to have those inspections, but it's not that hard to do well, you know, just pay attention to like the little things. Also during fifth week, we did like a bunch of our like tests and stuff as a flight for like Commander's Excellence, where we have to like test on like drill, and like, you know, we get our beds inspected, we get our dorm inspected, and you get points, and like you're competing against like other, like your brother flight, your sister cousin flight, your brother cousin flight. You're competing against other people just to see who is like the best of the best. And my flight 714, of course, we won Commander's Excellence. So no surprise there, but yeah. And then sixth week was a really, really big week. We had a lot going on that week. So we had our EOC, which is our end of course test. So throughout all these weeks in BMT, on top of like marching and drill and PT and inspections and, you know, all of that stuff, we also had classes, like legit like class, like every day, every other day, sometimes for like up to like five hours or so, like with breaks, but still. I had to pull out my BMT SG, my BMT study guide. Look, y'all, it's literally like falling apart. This was our life. This is what we were like tested on at the end of BMT, the EOC. You have to pass that. That's a requirement to graduate. So we took that test, sixth week. We also took our final PT test during the sixth week. You gotta pass all this stuff or you will not graduate. Simple as that. Oh, 6th week is also when we did
the gas chamber.
And that was a pretty cool experience, honestly. I didn't think it was like that bad, but like everybody's body reacts differently to things. Some people were in there like after we got out of there, like snotty nose, crying, couldn't open their eyes, couldn't see, couldn't walk. Some people were just like coughing like uncontrollably. That's what I was doing. My face like burned really bad as soon as like I hit the outside. But yeah, that was an experience. We also had a 6-week phone call, which was nice. This was the second phone call we had. And then after that, we were just getting ready for Beast. So Beast, that is during 7th week. So that is basically when you go off to like a fake deployment is kind of what it's simulating. You pack all your stuff up and you go away from the base to like a designated area where they have Beast. It's like out like in the forest and like the deserty area, not desert, but like, you know what I mean. Some people loved Beast. I absolutely hated it. Like for the most part, I mean, there were some things during Beast that were pretty fun, but for the most part, it sucked. It was so hot. Like it was like we were sleeping in like we were sleeping on cots inside like makeshift tent things. Still, the cots were super uncomfortable. My back was hurting for like so long after we got back from Beast. It was so hot. There were bugs. Like even when you went to take a shower, you would walk out the shower and be like sweating again. So it was just, it sucked. But the things about Beast that were, and the MREs that we were eating freaking sucked. So MREs are like, they're meals ready to eat. So they're inside a bag and they're like different kind of meal. That's all we ate. We had one hot meal a day. Other than that, we were eating MREs, literally sitting on the dirt back to back eating. Like, it freaking sucked. But anyways, there were some really fun things about Beast. One of them was an obstacle course that we did the first day we were there. That was pretty fun. It was pretty challenging, but it was like a fun kind of challenging, even though it was like just super freaking hot outside. But it was kind of hard. It took like a lot out of you. Like you were using like everything in you for a lot of those obstacles. But the other thing that was really fun, we did combatives, which that was fun. We got to like fight each other with like, you know, boxing gloves and like the whole like headgear, the whole shebang. It was really, really fun. The most fun though was the weapons training that we did. So we got to like learn all about like M4s, and we got to learn how to like take them apart, put them back together. And we got to actually go out like on the range and like do like a bunch of like shooting drills, a bunch of different like, it was just so much fun. So that was my first time ever shooting a weapon, and I can't believe I've never just gone to this shooting range before that just for fun, because it was such a great experience. So that's definitely something I plan to do more of, just to like release stress and like just, you know, make sure I still got it. I can still kill somebody if I need to, you know what I mean? No, but I did pretty well for like never like shooting a weapon before or anything. So that was really fun. So after you make it through Beast and come back from that, you're going into your 8th week, which it's pretty much smooth sailing from there, because BMT is 8.5 weeks. So once you get to your 8th week, you have like a few days left before graduation. Graduation happens on Thursday and Friday. Retreat is on Thursday, and then parade, where we wear our blues, that's on Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, you're able to go on, you know, Town Pass or Base Liberty, whatever you end up earning, with your family and enjoy your time with them. So that is the gist of how the BMT weeks of training are gonna go. I hope this video was helpful and shed a little bit of light on what to expect throughout your weeks at BMT. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.